Welcome to Casual Crafting. It is great to have you join me in the build of the Wing Gundam XXXG-01W. Previously, I had finished building the inner frame and the rear armor flap of the Wing Gundam as described in section 7-1 of the manual. And now I will proceed with section 7-3 to complete building out the rest of the waist. Let's get going. Alright, so let's move this off to a corner first. Apparently I need a D10. Okay, D10 is right here. And I need H6, and for some reason it really is, I guess, concerned about you messing up some orientation of H6, which is this guy right here, small piece too. Well, let's hope it doesn't become a very annoying small piece. And may as well continue cutting out the rest, I suppose. Actually, I also need D11 at some point, so let's get D11 out too. D11 is right up here. Let me flip this over. D11, snip, snip, and snip. So I'll just put D11 off to the side, far from D10, so I don't get that mixed up. And I also will need A6. Oh, A6 is a little big guy up here. A6 and A21 and 22. Okay, blue parts up here, A21 and 22. It's a bit of an awkward position here for me. Doesn't really quite give me a lot of space to get the cutter in. Oh, that one flew. That's fine. I got those A parts out, and B13 and 14 front armor skirts, and see they're separated. So I think that the bigger white piece earlier on was probably the back armor skirt. Yeah, you know, there's a part where I probably should preview the manual a bit before I see through this stuff. And by the way, in case you're wondering, that's the pilot right there. He's telling more than, well, maybe at some point I'll give him the Sharpie color treatment, but not just yet. Okay, I'm going to put these parts on the side. Let's start with the first 7-3 part of this. Snip and snip. there's a bit of plastic right there, so let's get it off. I would like to invite you to support my channel by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. That seemed to work out pretty well, and let's get this black piece. Snip, snip. I'm just going to trim off a bit more of this larger connector part here, and then go back to the precision nipper. Yeah, the yellow nipper apparently doesn't have I don't know, may not be a blade strength, but the blade is more sensitive to breaking. Apparently it's more prone to stress, so not wanting to buy a new blade, I'm not going to test that that theory. I'll just treat that cutter with more care. Okay. So I'm just going to quickly finish up what 7-3 is starting to say. Right, so it tells me that this piece is supposed to have 3 prong things. Yeah, this side is facing out. And before that, I got to stick this thing, I guess, at the bottom. Okay, so as the manual seems to be very carefully trying to remind you, the angled side goes in. So the angled side goes in, and we push it, and there you go. Okay, so we got that done. And this flap goes here. And this goes over this. Okay. We want to put it on now. I kind of sense it's going to be a problem with stickers later, but anyway, I guess we'll put it on. There we go. I think this is fitting quite nicely. So, rear armor skirt. Maybe robots have to go for potty sometimes. Yeah, that is decency. Okay, this is bum. Alright, let's move on to the rest of those little parts. Looking at the white parts, I'm really wondering, is there panel lining opportunities here? Not really seeing good panel lining opportunities. And when I say that, you know, like, it's not like the objective is to have the panel line, right? I mean, panel lining is more of an emphasis of detail, and if there's not much detail needed to emphasize, then saves on time too, right? Let's not force the issue. Okay, so I've got a bit of excess plastic here. It's proving very bit uncooperative to come off. So just running over the edge with the knife and letting it take off anything that feels like it's coming out. And then lastly, I'll take the file and run it lightly over that edge to take out any fine excess. Okay, I think this part looks good enough. Little red thingy is going to be annoying because small parts is just annoying, right? I mean, it's too easy to cut wrongly, and also because it's just so small, it's just harder to touch up and stuff, right? It's just hard to hold. This is where the glove comes in, right? We have to hold a little piece and then carefully like trim it. Don't want to add my blood as a natural coloring to this already red part. Okay, off we go. And similar blue pieces that we saw in the rear armor skirt. There's definitely a bit more white as I would like. Okay, let's put this guy to the side and more brushing off of the file. At some point I'll probably have to give it a wash, but I think I can just brush off the dust for now to make it still adequately usable. As you can see, touching up is the most time-consuming part of the process, right? I mean, the extra cutting out parts is really quick. It's always how nice you want the outcome to be that dictates the amount of time you spend touching up your parts. Considering that these models are not particularly cheap in my opinion, and normally I'm in no rush to finish the build, right? It's experience and all that. Yep, this is a morning experience. I did observe that the resale value of these models once built is not particularly high. Apparently unopened models has the highest value in the resale market, and no one really wants your pre-built models apparently. So yeah, this is not particularly an investment unless maybe you do really like high quality builds with painting and all that stuff, but that's definitely beyond the casual crafting of these models, right? Let's finish up the armor skirts. Alright, so that's all the parts done there. And we should be able to finish up this armor skirt. Alright, so what do we have? We have this, we have a blue thingamajiggies and red things. Okay, and we have this. Okay, so well, this thing says you have this thingy with a peg on top. And we have this red thingy. Okay, so there's a little notch. There's a little notch right at the top here. So this notch goes into a notch on the peg. Actually, there's a peg on top. There's a little notch thingy, right? So this goes up like this. And it fits in nice and flush. Okay, then we have the armor flaps, we have these things, and I guess it does look like it's gonna go this way. Does it make sense? Hold on, let me figure this out. I have two pegs here, so hold on, one piece got away. Alright. Sorry about that. Okay, let's look at you. I have two pegs up here, right? And do they line up? I guess they do actually kind of line up now, but it's kind of awkward. Nope. Look at the shape. So it's like this. Okay, right, like this. Yeah, you know, this is like when you have those kiddie games, you know, like put the square in the hole, that kind of stuff. Yeah, quite clearly I didn't do too well in that game. Okay, armor skirts in, and there's the waist. Okay, so this goes into the indent here. There's a pivot point here, and a pivot point here, and this red thingy goes in this way to hold back those flappy things. And there you go. The waist. Yeah. See if I can rub out some of this stuff. Nope. It doesn't want to go. Anyway, we can do that off screen. So that's the waist for you. That's the front, the back. You see this armor skirts go, legs will go here, and I move around. So I'll maybe just leave it like that for now. And thank you for joining me on the build of the waist unit. I'll just put the legs next to it just to give an illustration of how it's gonna be. Right, there you go. Waist and legs. And thank you for joining me on this build journey of the Wing Gundam. Until next time.